Knox and cattle. Different words for the same thing. So,
Oh, snap, live, 59 minutes.
this is your home. It'll always be your home.
Let's go, let's go.
Show you shows what people are saying is Flight 370 disappearing through a portal with three orbs rotating around it. Do you think this video is real or fake? Either way, it's extremely interesting and it's completely going viral. Here it is.
Checked her baby monitor, she caught a glimpse of something downright bone-chilling. Terrifying face appeared from the darkness. Its glowing eyes stared at the baby as it lingered next to the crib. The woman soon ran into the baby's room, but no one was there.
Creepy videos caught on camera.
In 1991, a 12-year-old boy named Jared Negretti went hiking on a camping trip with his Boy Scout troop that consisted of 14 other boys. They were hiking towards the summit of Mount San Gorgonio in the San Bernardino National Forest in Southern California. Jared was on the shorter and heavier side. Around 6 p.m., 1,000 feet away from the summit, another group of hikers spotted Jared straggling behind and notified the scoutmaster at the summit. They said he was seen shortcutting the switchbacks on his way down the trail and was told not to and to stay on the trail by the other hikers. The scoutmaster, who was an experienced hiker, said he would pick up Jared on the way down. When he finally was able to descend the mountain to pick up Jared, he was nowhere to be seen. As soon as the scoutmaster realized that Jared had disappeared, he took the other scouts in his troop back to base camp and then hiked about 5 miles in the dark to get help. Sheriff's deputies, along with search and rescue teams, began searching a 130 square mile area of the San Gorgonio wilderness, a very rocky, tree-lined terrain. Within 3 days, their search was focused on a 6 square mile area where a footprint believed to match one of Jared's high-top tennis shoes was found. Searchers also discovered beef jerky and canned
It's okay. Two people. Dina. Dina. Yes. What was going on for dinner this evening? I think it's all in concert. What? Oh my goodness. It's my birthday. I know. It's just, I'm just so out of practice. It's all about me, all to impress them. Tell you what, I'm going to pick you out a nice dress. And then it shows up that gorgeous young thing of yours. I used to watch you all the time, all the time. You're a huge star. Catherine, what happened? What really happened? Guys, I know this is a bit unsure. What's going to happen? I'm going to get out for the Alexis.
on the trail, and not to, and to stay on the trail by the other hikers. The scoutmaster, who was an experienced hiker, said he would pick up Jared on the way where a footprint believed to match one of cookie and candy wrappers believed to have been dropped by Jared. And perhaps most importantly, his camera was found. On the film roll were 12 pictures. Most were landscapes taken by the... One shows a self-portrait, in which it seems he pointed the camera at his face, aided with the camera when he slid down a portion of the mountainside. At least were deployed. Some of the helicopters were even equipped within the next 2 weeks. As many as 3,000 people had logged 45,000 hours searching 50 square miles of the San Bernardino National Forest.
I got 1.8.
The question is, did he fall off the trail and slip down the mountainside? While it's possible, it seems unlikely that his body wouldn't have been found in the immediate area
On that short.
around the switchbacks he was cutting down. Some
On
people
that
think
short.
he may have
That mug went up to 1.K.
been the victim of a bear attack, but this seems unlikely as well, as there were no signs of blood, drag marks, or other evidence linked to any animal attack.
I didn't let it affect the friendship. Then I did. After I moved to America, she stopped making any effort. The more I reached out to her, the more she controlled me until
Some believe he was abducted by a predator, given the mel used by hikers. To this day, 3 decades later,
jealousy.
Jared's remains have never been found.
Ever heard of a monkey paw? The original story
Shattered my faith in humanhood. Stuck in the past.
of the monkey paw was pretty much this father and a son. They were playing chess one day, right? And they're waiting for his friend to come over. And his friend, he's a general. The general comes over and he talks to the father about what he's seen. And he talks to him about this trinket that he brought with him, which is the monkey paw.
She's a million times the women ever be. Sorry to disappoint you, but I was the one who maintained our relationship for your sake. I was the one who flew you out to California on school holidays, who took you to Disneyland, who insisted on becoming a legal guardian. Was it for me that ended up in a foster home like I did? You wanted to come home with me. You wanted to live with me. You hated that spoiled little house and your mum's bitterness and envy. She hasn't slept the last 2 years, fooling around trying to please us because she actually loves us. She's here by herself. She's using us.
This monkey paw, it came from an Indian like witch doctor. So pretty much
Using what use are you to? This is my house now. Mine and Jamie's. And there's fuck all the people about it.
I told you. She's who was off. So I mean, she's another one. Catherine.
what happened before the general got his hands on the monkey paw. He knew
Yeah. That's never enough.
another, I think a sergeant. He's the one that got it from the witch doctor. And the last thing that the sergeant wished for with the monkey paw was death itself. He wished something, but if you wish for something, something else might happen that you didn't see coming. The father takes the monkey. I wish I asked for it. And the son goes, yo, ask for money. Goes, I wish for 200
Ghosts for pictures. This dude is named William.
Where you today? you know, I know about the other John. I know about everything that goes on in this house. I regret it. I didn't, because I respect you too much.
Reader, you don't respect me. You just don't want to know how I really feel.
It's so bad, I just leave.
Would I budge me? What would I do? I have no life outside of God. You've never let me get a job. I don't know anyone. I've never been anywhere.
You think so good? Me? Huh? You think I like you? Sick and weak and needy like this? Locked in a body that doesn't fucking work?
I'm not locked in. You choose this. You use sickness, you use it your whole life to keep yourself front and centre. And you used it to get me.
No, I made a deal. I protected you from what goes on in the world where people disappear forever. She went to bed. Maybe if you'd have been there, maybe if you'd have been there, you would have heard her scream and stuff. But no, you abandoned her. And you abandoned her. We left her to be murdered.
Stop it.
That's what happens when you leave her. You lose her. You lose everything. You're nothing. Slow, Alice.
I'm not anymore.
I do. You lose.
1 second, chat. 1 second.
You go home. Nita.
Why can't we just leave? You and me.
Good, good. Start this moving.
I
This
understand
baby's flagging.
that was a sleeping patient that got out. I practiced every time. It's ruining you.
I won't let them. They're just so ruin my life. I'm not insecure.
If you want me, if you want us,
Then I think it's over.
Jimmy.
If you think about it, so he said you can wish for something, but if you wish for something, something else might happen that you didn't see coming. A father takes the monkey paw now, and he looks at it, and he asks around the room like, man, what should I ask for? And then the son goes, yo, ask for money. He goes, I wish for 200,000.
Claimed that he was able to use his abilities as a medium to summon the dead for photographs. People who had lost loved ones would come to him and ask for their picture to be taken to see if the spirit of their family member was with them. So their loved one behind them, holding them. He could only take 2 to 3 photos a day because using his gift to summon the ghosts was very taxing. Popular. People were using his photographs as proof that there is a life after death. The world seemed to be changing. Even the famous Mary Todd Lincoln had her picture taken by the man. Things were going great for William until one day he took a picture of someone, and the ghost showed up in the photograph was suspicious. The man who had paid for the photo recognized the ghost technique in his photographs. William Mumler was outed, and his reputation...
The Piranha attack of 1976. Imagine this, on a bus going home on a did with piranhas. This is what happened on November 1976, when a bus traveling from Manaus, Brazil, crashed into a tributary. According to reports, the accident was caused by slippery ground due to heavy rain, but some say that the driver fell asleep while driving, which led to the bus overturning into the river. When the bus was hauled out, they found the mutilated remains and attributed these attacks on the piranhas. According to one survivor, he and many of the passengers were sleeping, but a pothole woke him up. Moments later, the bus crashed into the river and swam to the shore.
Avoid the wedding chapel in the back at all costs. They say something dark is lurking in there at all times.
These are videos humans were never meant to see. Okay, so the video you're about to see starts chasing her. And I mean stare or realize it's chasing her because she's listening to Work by Rihanna. She was seconds away from death. Here's the video.
When a hiker discovered strange stone idols covered in moss deep in the remote Oregon wilderness, archaeologist Maya Sutton led an expedition team to learn more. Trekking deeper into the ancient forest, they uncovered the overgrown remnants of a tribal village filled with relics of the mysterious Kalapuya people. Hidden in a cavern below the ruins were pre-Columbian texts, etched with myths describing their contact with the stick people, elongated, hive-minded entities able to bend space itself. Convinced these supernatural beings still inhabited the shadowy forest, Maya assembled a small crew of experts abruptly disappeared during a heavy rainstorm. Only their equipment was left behind, undisturbed. Some say they were taken by the stick people to a parallel world. Many now avoid the woods, fearing the entities still lurk between the trees, protecting their secret domain.
When mourns death, it's normal for the corpse to face the door. This allows it to find its way out. Otherwise, the corpse or soul may remain inside the house. Many urban legends claim that people who sleep with their feet turn sleep paralysis and so on. Many people have started to change the position of their bed and place it in front of the door. These people say that on the 5th or 6th day, they began to notice certain things. They started having sleep paralysis, nightmares, and even lucid dreams about the darkest things. They said they could feel someone sitting on the bed. Would you dare do that?
But I do want to talk about this case, right? It was about a YouTube. His name was like Snake McGee, some shit like that. Kenny Veach. He would hike mountains, go inside caves, and just explore. And what's over there?
Area 51?
Exactly, bro.
Isn't it like a lot of like cops and security?
So his previous video, right? He was talking about this cave shaped like an M. It was him by himself. He was going inside and found ever again. His body hasn't been found. The only thing that was found,
no way,
was his phone outside of the cave.
And no more YouTube videos like posted by him
he
ever?
disappeared, bro. There was a whole case.
Let me see.
And I'm looking for a cave that I found, and I didn't have a sidearm when I was here before, and something about that cave body vibrate. The closer I got to it, the crazier my body felt, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna go in there right now, but I'm coming.
Yeah. So there was a couple YouTubers who ended up finding the actual M-shaped cave, found a random like sign saying warning, if you go past this section, bro, you will be shot.
He's most likely dead, unfortunately.
There's more. When he was posting the whole video that he was gonna go back, there was this one weird comment, bro, that was like, yo, don't go back to that cave again, bro, you're never gonna be found. He asked, why is that? After that shit got deleted. Then his girlfriend came out stating
they had a fucking massive cobra in their house. I've lived in India for always getting into people's kitchens. One time we had a king cobra get into someone's kitchen, an 11-foot snake, like a monster, like a god of a snake. And this terrifying monster, we caught it with one of the local snake catchers, and we brought it out, and he goes, you know,
if you have one of these three, then I'm sorry for you. I truly wish you're not a bearer of these names, but if you know someone who would do them a fairing, this warning with them. Intriguingly, it has been shown that these names draw in paranormal entities 10 times more than others, inclusive of benevolent, gender-neutral name, Taylor, a magnet for spirit encounters. The penultimate name, frequently visited by otherworldly
I tried to save him, but he kept behaving.
beings is Sophia. At the apex, the name found to attract the most spiritual attention, and hence clinching the top spot is not.
Long story short, my ex-girlfriend and I had a pretty explosive relationship, and we didn't get along very often. We were on this weekend trip in the mountains just to go sightseeing and hiking because we thought it would be good for us. But shit hit the fan in the hotel that night. Basically, I couldn't sleep in the same room as her. Instead of getting another hotel room for myself for like $150, I drove literally down the road to a motel and stopped there to stay for a fact. My logic was, if I left for the night and gave her time to cool off, maybe things would be better by morning. When I was walking towards my room, the room next door was wide open. As I passed, I looked inside, and it was lit up by the blue glow of the TV screen. Though from the angle I was at, I could not see what was on the screen. I didn't see anyone inside, but then again, I didn't stop to look like a weirdo. I proceeded, just a queen-size bed with a typical tack bed cover, a TV, and a sofa. I wasn't really tired, so I just laid with the TV on and played games on my phone, so I turned it off. But the noise persisted. It wasn't the TV. So I got up and listened, and realized it was coming from next door, or if it was the one dying. It was just incredibly muffled. At this point, I had nothing. The wall separating the two rooms. I got up and went closer to the wall, and it happened again. It was without a doubt someone on the other side pounding on it with their fist. Why were they doing this? I can't say I wasn't a little freaked out, but I had to just be a man and confront them. I went over, but there was no sound. knocked on the open door, asking if there was a problem or if someone needed help. It was off. I stepped into the... When I cleared the wall blocking the view of the sofa and the bed and still saw nobody, I just stood there all confused like. I went closer. There was a sticky note on the screen. It had writing on it. I picked it off the screen. It said, "Check under the bed." I dropped the note and ran out of the room, slamming the door. I ran back to my room and made sure to double lock the door. I crawled into bed and texted my girlfriend telling her what just happened and that I was freaking out. She made explaining it. There were more bangs on the motel room wall as I put it on speaker, freaking out, and she told me to run to my car or to the front desk. I chose to run to the front desk so I could get my money back out, but he looked at me and laughed and said the other side of that room. He seemed to know immediately that they were both vacant. I told him he needs to check it out and that I needed my money to lock the door. But now the TV was off and the room was dark. He walked inside and checked under the bed as the note had said. Even the post-it note that I dropped on the floor was gone. He refused to refund me, but it was $50. I didn't care. Sleep in the same bed as her. I don't know the hotel room. I don't know who or what was under that bed, and I don't want to know.
The incident took place in the mid-1900s in a small town until a fateful day that shook everyone and prompted some to leave. In that town, at the end of a street, stood an abandoned house, worn and broken due to its uninhabited state. Many locals reported seeing a young child, no older than 10, playing near the house every day. When the child noticed someone passing by, he would approach them and ask them, "Hello, the boy." He would vanish. A man happened to pass by and saw the child playing as usual. The boy noticed him and beckoned him to follow. The child ran, and the man ran after him for about 5 minutes until they reached a well. To his horror, the man saw the boy sprint towards the well and jump in. Overcome with fear and concern for the child's safety, the man hurriedly followed. Hope terrified him even more. It was the child's lifeless remains responsible for it, and that's why they left, while others thought someone had thrown the child into the well and fled. To this day, the truth behind the child's fate remains encountered to follow him.
Forced to stay awake for 30 days straight. What ended up happening will shock it. 5 of us were put into a room and a gas was released that made it impossible for us to sleep. What would day 1, everything seemed fine. We were promised freedom after we completed the experiment. But as the days went on, our conversations grew darker and darker. Paranoia took hold of me and tore us apart by day 9. One of us started screaming uncontrollably until their vocal cords gave out. The rest of us
Except you ever traveled, so you let me do your dirty work.
smeared dirt over the glass so they couldn't see us. On the 15th day, they needed to know what was happening, so they turned off the gas and opened the door. Flesh torn, we consumed our own bodies, desperate to stay away. We didn't want to leave anymore. We begged them to turn to survive all of this, but we knew it would.
You guys, what's called the Brinicle of Death. This is a hollow, downward-moving icicle that kills everything in its path. Brinicles are about negative 20 degrees Celsius, and they're very easy to shatter somehow. Below and put an RIP.
This is the funniest premise for a horror movie I've ever seen. It's called Tammy and the T-Rex. It's all about this girl whose boyfriend gets put into a coma, and then a crazy scientist who made this animatronic T-Rex. Boyfriend T-Rex then has to, like, use charades to explain to his girlfriend that he is a dinosaur spree in this movie, seeking revenge for the people who put him in the coma in the first place. They even had a scene where the T-Rex animatronic as the boyfriend goes because
telling you to open the door at night. Be careful. This scary video was uploaded on her mother calling her to open the door. Thinking her mother was calling, she soon realized that something was wrong.
Gabe, it's your mother. You should come out.
Then what's your name then?
While she was about to open the door, she realized her mother was on the night shift, so who was mimicking her voice? And she claims that this video is 100% real. So, what do you think? Let me know your thoughts.
A man named soon after getting settled in, he could sense that something was deaf,
which is right by where that chair moved. And I don't know. There's just been like scary shit going on around that. What was that? Oh shit! Oh no! What the?
A shadow figure slowly looked around the corner directly at Alex, but quickly pulled away. This chilling face was a solid black, with no facial features. As Alex rushed over to
Alright guys, let's talk about the Heaven's Gate cult. This cult was a mix of Christianity, ufology, and New Age theories. The central belief of this cult was that human beings could transform themselves into immortal extraterrestrials. They could do so by rejecting their human nature, and they would ascend to heaven. They recruited hundreds of people in the mid-90s. This cult is most famous for the mass unaliving of a lot of the members in 1997. Some of them believed that while in their human form, a UFO would come down and take them, and that's how they got to the next level. Others believed that the body was just a vessel, and when you passed, that's during the passing of the comet Hale-Ben's Gate. We are happily prepared to leave the world T's crew. T was one of the leaders of this cult, but that is the story of the Heaven's Gate cult. Let me know you guys in the comment section below, and comment for when you want to see, and also these videos for informational purposes only.
That neither of you can explain. That's what happened to these two guys. So it looks like they were recording some sort of internet challenge, and one of them here's a.
I'll do it again because I'm filming this time. No, go on. Go on, right? Yeah. How many you got left? Only two left.
Maybe cement else and then drink. Well, it's not Diet Cola, it's Pepsi Max, but there's only two, so it doesn't matter.
It's fizzy, it should work.
No. What? What?
Let me out.
They could have thought this was an actual intruder in their house. Let me know what you guys think about this one.
Let me